Hi everyone, let's upgrade here with another episode of Linux Administration Essentials. And you are watching me on YouTube. This is Vinayak here for the last session of Linux Administration Essentials. This is a session on Bash plus PowerShell. That means we are going to use PowerShell, which is one of the Microsoft's invented product, you can say, on a Linux environment. Right now, PowerShell has become open source. So earlier, this product was stagnant to your Windows system, but today we can install and use PowerShell even in a Linux environment. So let's go and have a look into how this is done. So we have the same machine that we used last day, and we'll power it on. First thing is that Linux doesn't come pre-installed with PowerShell, right? So you have to first of all install it. And there are yum repositories that supports installation of PowerShell, but not all repositories are going to work for you. So there is a very straightforward procedure of downloading the tar file of PowerShell and then extract it and then use the PowerShell module to initiate PowerShell. So we'll see into it how it is done. So let's log in here with okay. So the machine is on here, and we'll go and open up a terminal. And first of all, we'll try to search for which PWSH, right? So which PWSH? Oh, we're spelling mistake again. Which PWSH? So no PWSH in. So it didn't find anywhere PWSH in the relevant path. Or we can use a where is even to search for that. Where is PWSH? Let's see if this one answers to our question. No, it didn't even. So we can even find it out that PWSH is located somewhere inside. So find / name, and we'll just make it like star PWSH star, and here we go. So let's see if it answers out that we have somewhere PSHL, PWSH. PWSH stands for PowerShell. Like BASH, it's PWSH. PW means PowerShell SH. Okay. So as far we can see that PWSH sort of thing doesn't exist in my system. So what you can do, you can download it from a GitHub repository. So if you just Google it out, you'll find that how do we install this one, right? So what I found is the nicest procedure to do this one is to download the package and install it manually. So I'll just do a wget. So I'll just make it a bit small here for you so to be visible. Okay, so this is the command wget, and here we have the repository from where the package has to be downloaded, right? And we are redirecting into a file in my current directory, right? So with that, let's just kick it off. Enter. So it started downloading, but you can see that the speed is a bit slow here. It's going to take up 24 minutes in order to download. So there is some other alternative to download here, right? So I'll just abort in here, press Control C. So if you want to download something, you can just go for the same thing, right? And instead of redirecting it to a file using wget, what you can do, you can use curl or you can use Firefox, right? So I'll just go for Firefox, and this the same URL from where the package has to be downloaded. So press enter, and it's going to kick off Firefox and download the package in a few minutes there. Yeah, so you can see that the downloader just popped up. Well, save it as somewhere. So save file and click on OK. So it will be downloaded in my downloads directory, I guess. So see here, at this place it's a bit faster. Okay, so show all downloads. So I guess that it's downloaded in the downloads directory. So I'll just go to open containing folder to verify that it's downloaded in the downloads directory. Yes, it is popping up the downloads location. So hopefully it is there in my downloads directory there. So I'll just close everything and go to my downloads directory. So the downloads directory is located one directory back. So tilde slash and downloads. Yes. And if you ls over here, you'll see that this one exists. So what I'll do is that I'll just move this one to OPD directory. So MV and PowerShell to slash PT. Right. So I just don't want to use any of the directories that is belonging to root to extract anything that I downloaded. So this is not a good practice, in fact. Right. So I moved to it to OPT directory. So cd slash OPT will take me to the OPT directory. And if you do an ls over here, so you'll find that you have got PowerShell at this place, right? So what you can do, you can even create a directory at this place. So mkdir, let's make it like PowerShell and just move it here. MV PowerShell dash 7 dot something to dot slash PowerShell. Yeah. So here we go. So if you type in here ls, so you have two directories. One is PowerShell and one is RH. So I'll just it's now isolated. So just go to PowerShell and ls. Here we have this one, and we will do an extraction of this. So tar hyphen xvf and the same one. Yeah. So this one gets extracted. Okay, so now PowerShell is here. We can fire up PowerShell just by typing dot slash PowerShell, since it doesn't lie in my default path here. So I'll have to push into myself into that directory and then type in PowerShell. Otherwise, I'll have to manipulate the path there. So see here, this PowerShell gets highlighted, and it's from Microsoft, right? And we are into this directory, right? Now, all the commands of bash can be typed in here. So if you type in here ls, it will work, right? If you type in here top, so this is supposed to work, right? If you press q, it's quitting. So all the commands of bash is going to work. But there are certain commands that exactly is correlated only to PowerShell. So if you just type in here, okay, I'll just show you one command of PowerShell. Like I want to get date in PowerShell. Type in here get date, and you get the PowerShell. So and in Unix environment or Linux environment, if you type in date, you get the date this way. So this is the difference. So this is a PowerShell command, right? And this is the command in a Unix environment or Starnix environment, you can say. And the point is that likewise, how many commands do we have in this PowerShell? So we want to find out all the commands that is correlated to PowerShell. So in PowerShell, the commands are made up in fashion. So I'll just mark it out this way. in PowerShell, the commands, it's called CMDLETS. It's not called commands, it's called commandlets. In PowerShell, the commandlets are made of verb noun fashion, right? What do you mean by this? Oh, it's verb noun fashion, VRB. Verb noun fashion. Verb noun fashion means the first word is going to be the verb and the second word is going to be the noun here. Like you have get as your verb and date is obviously a noun. In the same way, we can have one more expression like get and child item. So it's equivalent to your ls commands. So get child item. So see here, this shows me the same results as like your Unix, but with in a different fashion altogether, right? But whatever, it shows you the directory listing. So the methodology understanding is that it is like verb and dash noun. So any commandlet that you use in your Unix environment is of sorry, PowerShell environment is of that sort. So let me bring up my pen and give you an idea over here that what does this mean. Um, Okay, so the command is in verb noun fashion. So this means that the first word is going to be the verb, and the second word appended by a hyphen is will be a noun here. Like get a child item was one of the example I showed you, and the next one is your get date. Let me give you a human style example. Like we have got a command called, we human beings understand command called play. So let's have like play cricket and then play chess, right? So we can very well understand that these are two different commands that will give me two different outputs. So if you keep the now verb as same and change the noun, so the output is going to be same. Now in the same way, we can have something like this: cook cake and eat cake, right? In this case, we have got our noun as same, but the verb is different. So this is also going to give you the output. So think of the number of combinations and permutations or we can have when we change the verb, change the noun, and makes whole lot of commands over there. So this is what is done in PowerShell, that we can have a number of verbs, a number of nouns, and a permutation and combination of that formulates different structures, and henceforth we get different output. So if you want to find all the commands, there are several ways to do that. First of all, type in here get help and start. So this is going to give you all the commands and the derivatives of them. You can see here that the commands start with like words like start, stop, get, set, uh, convert, import, export, this sort of thing. And there are a whole lot of verbs in there. Okay, so I'll just quickly abort in here. So it's aborted. So okay. So if you there is one more command like get commands. See here, it's autocomplete. The nice thing is that it's autocomplete. So get command and just press enter over here. So this is going to again give you all the commands. And if you want to see all the verbs, you have to type in here get verb. This is going to give you all the verbs. That means these are all the words that the commands exactly start with right here. Right. So these are all the words that the commands exactly start with. Okay. Now, if you want to get all the nouns, it's not available. You cannot get all the nouns here. So what is the trick that is to be played? So if you type in here get command and like I want to get all the commands with anything as the verb, but service as the noun. So or process as the noun, right? So process. So see here, there are so many commands that has process as its noun, and if they have different verbs in there. Okay, so this is how we exactly deal with the commands or finding out the commands. Now there is a command called ps in your Unix environment that gives you all the processes, and we have got ps-e that gives you processes of all the users. In the same way, we have got a command likely that is called get process, that is going to give you all the process in your Linux box. So see here, this is the get processes output, and it's this output of get process is much better than the output of ps because it gives you the amount of cpu utilization and so on and so forth, right? Okay, so now the next thing, that one of the thing that I just missed out, that what is the version of PowerShell that you're using? Maybe at certain point of time you will face this thing that you work with some command, let's say 5 months back, and today that command in one of the computers is not working. Why it is so? It's so because the versions of the PowerShell are different in here. So if you just type in here $ps version table, this is a variable here, right? So $ps version table shows you that this is the version of PowerShell. In fact, this is the version of PowerShell here, so version 7.0. 1.0. Now, the nice thing about PowerShell is that PowerShell is object oriented, right? So that means the output that you are getting over here at this place, the one that you are seeing in black, is an object. The system considers, the PowerShell considers this as an object. So any object, either you take it a cricket bat or you take a pen, it has two things associated with it. One is called the method and another one is called the property. So this is all the property that we are seeing for an object. Like here, PS version is one of the properties. So if you want to just grab out one property from that uh, particular object, so just put a dot and type in here PS version. So we are supposed to get just this here. 7 is the major value, and minor value is 1, and patch is 0. Patch is 0 here. So this shows you that even this is object. Since this is an object, so a whole lot of stuff can be done with that. We'll just see that in a couple of minutes, that what sort of thing can be done with that. Okay, now let us say that you are running get process and you want to get help on that get process. Why we are talking about help? Because bash is very rich in help in there. That is why people prefer using bash, because of manuals. They can just figure out that what they want to do from the manuals there. So even here we have got something called help subsystem. So if that is get help, so type in here get help, and the commandlet here is like get process. So get help get process gives you the help of this system, help of how this command get process works. But you might be seeing that the this get help get process doesn't give you much of output. It's not very much understandable. It's okay, but we are not able to figure out much out of it, isn't it? So why this is shown? Because get help command is not, our help subsystem is not updated. Unlike bash, we can even update the help online. That means if somebody at some point of time in their core life cycle, they are updating the help of get progress in back end, we are getting the current help of that, and henceforth we'll be able to get examples on how can we use this get process command here. So type in here just the update help, and see here what happens. So this is downloading the help subsystems help content here. Okay, so the update is help. Update is updated. Sorry, update help is updated. The help subsystem, and I cannot change the color of this because this is the default color subsystem, and for that whole lot of programming is required. For in profiles file there, leave it there. Try to cope up with the same color. Okay, now update help has helped the updated the help. Now if we see the update of the or help of this command get process, see the output there. It has entirely changed. See here, we are now getting a bit of more options there. Okay, get okay, so, and hyphen examples. Now this shows me the examples of what command has to be used. I'll just show you from beginning here. So see here, example one. So get a list of all active process on the local computer. So just type in your get process and it's equivalent to your PS. Now, if you want to get the process of all the processes that is running like WinWord and Explorer. So obviously WinWord will not be running in Linux. So this is just an example. So you can type in here get process Firefox and it will give you all the processes that is related to Firefox, and here we have piped it to format list star so that we can get all the properties here. So let's figure it out. How do we do that? So get process, and obviously we have some bash running in here. Get process and bash. Let's see. Get process bash. Yes, we get that, and we just pipe it to format list. So format list has a alias of FL in Windows, right? So we'll just see that it works. FL and star. So this gives you all the properties of the object. So this is all the property of the object. Now, if you want to see the memory that it is using, we can just figure it out that which one should give you the memory size. Here we have somewhere. Yes, virtual memory size in here. So this one gives you the virtual memory size. So we'll just copy this one here. Again, the same command. Put up a round brace here, top to bottom. And put up a dot and the object that you want to grab. Right. So virtual memory size, it's not available. Why? Okay. Okay. I did a mistake. Dot, and here we have to. Why should I format list to star once again? So here we get the figure. So virtual, this is the virtual memory size. And supposingly if I just want to get it in like divided by 1024, so does it work so simply? Yes, we can divide it by 1024, and again can we divide it by 1024 to get the figures in some MBs or something? So like by 1024. So this here life is very simple in PowerShell, and that is why it has been named as PowerShell in fact. Oh, okay. So the next one is next I'll show you an example over here that how easy it is to get up a process. So can we use top command to find out top five CPU consuming processes? Yes, this is a question here. Please, I will be waiting for your answers. Can we find using top how many? So what is the top five CPU consuming processes? It's very difficult in top to find out top CPU consuming processes
Excuse
there.
me, sir.
Yes, please.
Sorry to interrupt. Could you please zoom your screen a bit?
Okay.
People are asking to zoom.
Okay. Wait a second. It's not about zooming. It's about exactly the colors. The colors are in such a way that it's not visible. Okay,
Okay.
understand. Uh, Understandable.
All
I'll
right.
select it. I'll select it. Okay. So I want to find out top. Okay, so somebody told me top head, top, pipe it to head, and let's see. So these the top CPU consuming processes. Okay, fine. So we got this output, but we still didn't we are not able to figure out top 5 CPU consuming processes. So I have created up a statement, and I'll just copy paste that one. Uh, Here we go. So it's like get process obviously gets the process. We'll sort object on the basis of CPU consumption, and that too in descending order. And select the property hyphen first five. So that means we are going to get first 5 processes in here, right? And we want to see just the property, some properties of it. So prop hyphen properties ID and some process name and CPU, and we'll format the table accordingly. So if you are having a good exposure of PowerShell, you will be able to understand this. Otherwise, just try to understand that we have figured out some sort of expression in order to get out that this is the top 5 consuming processes there. So see here, so nicely it has given us a table that these are the top 5 CPU consuming processes in here. Okay, so now we will build up a script inside this that means what? This means that PowerShell exactly harnesses your Unix environment to give you a better picture of what is happening in the background. Okay, so we'll use the scripting methodology or scripting subsystem of Bash, and we'll put some PowerShell inside that and bring a cocktail sort of script so that our task gets done. Now the point is that we will what we are going to do. So I'll just write in here. We will get first 5 processes. Will get first 5 top CPU consuming process, and the amount of disk space remaining on a particular date using bash script. We have where we will call PS means PowerShell, where we'll call PowerShell and bash expressions both, and see how nice this output becomes. Right. So I'm pretty sure there might be some typos in there. Please forgive for that. Okay. So first of all, where should I create it? I'll create it inside bin. So vi/bin and slash. I'll just name it as get usage. Get and usage. Okay, if you want to be case sensitive, obviously since we are using here, it's going to be case sensitive. So I'll just make it every PowerShell script ends with ps1 extensions. So get usage dot ps1, and it's inside your bin directory. Remember that you can make it anywhere, doesn't matter at all. It's like your bash script. So hash exclamation mark slash opt slash PowerShell. Why opt slash PowerShell? Because we have extracted it over there. Spelling is correct. PowerShell slash what do you say? PWSH. So last day we used slash bin slash bash because we wanted to use bash as our execution subsystem or shebang. So here what we are telling that system that see has exclamation mark means this is going to be my shell for execution. So our shell for execution is slash opt slash PowerShell slash PWSH. So let's type in here just one command date here, right? So that's it. First of all, a good idea would be to write you the what this is doing. So script to find top CPU file. Script I it is script to find top 5 CPU consuming process and disk usage in percentage. uh, okay, disk usage in percentage, right? And third line would be my script name. Name is what is it? So get usage, right? Script name is equal to get usage dot ps1. Now, first of all, I'll just go for get date because I'm going to get the date over here, and see it's I'm just typing in here without a case here. So get date, G was supposed to be capital and D was supposed to be capital, but I'm not doing that. I'm ignoring it. So let's see it works. And just skip shift colon WQ. This is the first expression. Let's see it's executing or not. So like I like your what do you say? Any of the bash script, you have to set it in execution mode. So chmod +x /bin / get usage, let's say usage dot ps1. So execution mode has been set. And if I type in here get usage dot ps1 dot, it's automatically taking up. That means it's detecting. That means it should work. Okay, so get use, yeah, we got the date. See here, get date, and that means that's whatever we write in that inside that script, that is going to work. So the next expression that I'm going to write in here is that okay, so I'll just write it and I'll show you first of all. BI, okay, here we go. Here we are going to type in here write host. Write host is equivalent to your echo, right? I write host and hyphen foreground, ground color. Foreground color is white, and you just try to use echo command to set up a foreground color and a background color, and you'll just piss off your mind. I'm 100% sure for that. One who has got scripting skills, they know about it, right? And see how super easy it is over here. Yes, background color, background color is blue, let's say. And what I need to show, top 5 CPU consuming process. Okay, this is what I want to show, and my expression would be the same expression that I used in a couple of minutes back, right? So I'll just copy paste that one, right? So this is what I want. Okay, and I'll just wait for next few seconds for this second statement to execute. So start sleep is equivalent to sleep. Start sleep 5. So I'll wait for 5 seconds, and I will issue a command. Okay, I'll just open up. Wait a second. Another tab here. Another tab. So df command shows us that how much of disk space is remaining. Df-h, right? Uh, Now, if I want that how much of space is remaining in slash, I just need to grep out this line over here. Get it grep /dev/map mapper /centos root whatever. So df-h pipe it to grep, and I'll just copy it out. Why do I need to write it down? Copy and hyphen r. Okay, so I'll just put in within double inverted commas here. Paste it here. And this gives me just that line. Now I want to slice off just this information over here. Why? Because this is the usage. Okay, so I will just do something like I'll cut the fields. So cut. This is what we are doing in bash. Remember that we are not doing in PowerShell, but this one we will put in PowerShell script, and that is why I called up a cocktail. -d and space and -f. I guess that it's somewhere around 10 field 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll try this one, we'll try. So hyphen F3, it's hyphen F3, sorry man. It's hyphen F3, so I didn't get it. Hyphen F4, we got something. Yes, we are here, somewhere here, right? So I guess we'll have to try it out. I just figured it out that it's somewhere around 11 CS. That means if we cut the 11th field, we are going to get up the percentage of space that is remaining. So I'll just put in here, copy this one, and here we go. And we'll just type in here right host, and hyphen foreground color is white, hyphen background color is blue, and hyphen no new line. Okay, I'll just use this one afterwards. Okay, now free disk space we have to show, right? So free disk space in the system is, and we'll put call up the bash script expression here. How will we call up the bash expression? We'll put it within round brace, and we'll put up a dollar symbol before that. That's it. Simply done. Shift full WQ, and it's done. And if we execute this one, we are going to get this. Okay, so somewhere around here we have got an error. Hyphen foreground color and its background color. So I have made a typo here, right? So that is why, and it's while, that is why it's not working. And there is still some error here. I'm getting blue lines at two different places. So let's resolve this. Uh, we will just change it to this while to white, and this background color to background color, and everything is done. And we are getting one new line. That means here we are getting a new line here. All right, so we'll just put in that I don't want need a new line, so hyphen no new line. That's it, but still we have to put it in one place. Okay, so let's see that how it works. Still there is somewhere okay, yes, so we have resolved one error, but we haven't put up a hyphen over here at this place. That's why it's not working. So vi slash foreground. I should have put in here foreground. Let's see if everything is fine, otherwise I'll copy paste. Yes, we get that, but we are getting in two lines this one. Why? Because we haven't put in no new line over there. Again, in line number 8 we have some error there. Okay, set new. Where do we have a while here? That's it. So this makes a real cocktail of Bash and PowerShell. So it's now time for the attendances. If you have any questions, you can put up. So I have just created up a subsystem that can take up. So with this PowerShell and Bash, what I have done, I have got a Negios system, right? And that monitors my 5 websites in there, right? So website 1, website 2, website, and this is real time scenario that I'm giving you, right? So website 4 and website 5. Now this is a monitor that monitors all of these, right? Now, who will monitor this one? Who will monitor this monitor? So we need a monitor to monitor the monitor, right? So I have got monitor 2. This is in Raspberry Pi with the PowerShell installed inside, and this one constantly monitors this one. So if somehow my monitor goes down, or this gets powered off, or some sort of problem arises, I instantly get a Gmail, right, from Negios that the system is down. And once it comes online, then again a Gmail says that it's offline. And once this one again comes online, I get a Gmail notification that it's online. And it has all been done using a cocktail of Bash and PowerShell. Alone Bash cannot do it. Alone PowerShell cannot do it, right? So all of this this is designed in Raspberry Pi using PowerShell and Bash. So this is where we are harnessing the usage. Okay. So please, Kriti, can you put up attendance there?
Sure, sir, I'll put it.
Guys, please take up your attendances and then you can proceed with the questions.
Guys, I have put the attendance in the chat and pinned it and also added into the description box. Please fill your attendance. Thank you.
So Nitin Kumar says that, sir, I think PowerShell is not much used in the real-time environment. Nitin, you go and ask the people who are working in the industry. PowerShell has kicked off a lot, right? And personally, if you talk about me, every month I teach around, let's say, 50 people in PowerShell, and that too not individually, from enterprises. So people, if they are taking up training on PowerShell, that means they are using PowerShell, right? And PowerShell is not like Bash. It's Bash is a scripting language, but PowerShell is an automation subsystem. So we can automate the tasks here. So this is used for automation. If you know how to use Bash and PowerShell along with that, so think about a script that can automate the things for you. I'll explain it, Kishore, once again. Give me a second. Let me take up the questions. Ravi Shankar, we can use PowerShell at any place where you want to automate. Just I gave you an example that I have a monitoring subsystem which can monitor the things that my systems are going online and offline at what time, and I am getting a mail at the point. Right. So this was one of the examples. I use it in VMware vSphere to find out that what are the virtual machines running, what are the virtual machines that has to be powered on, all from PowerShell. PowerShell was the birth of Microsoft, right? So this is found by default in Windows. In Linux, we have to install it. Got that, Davik? Davik Khatri. So PowerShell, the same commands will work, same style. So uh, they D Subramaniam, Devasani, I guess, Devasani Subramaniam, can you write script in PowerShell? We have written script in PowerShell itself, right? But we have used VI editor from bash shell to write. This is a PowerShell script itself, PS1. So if you can install PowerShell in Kali line, it's the same way you installed it over here. Yumlock, you have to just type in here ps-e and then uh, pipe it to grep your uh, pipe it to grep pack, whatever you find it out, you kill that process and then your yum log will be released. Well, that is a talk of another day, whatever. Okay, somebody asked me to explain it once again, so I'll just explain it once again. So what we have done, first of all, we have got the date, that means when we are exactly running this script, because we need reports, right? So this output has to be generated at a certain time, so I need the timestamp. So get date gives me that. Now I need a header for that. What exactly is the output showing? So this brings out the header. Right host, and it will be a bit colorful. So foreground color is set as white and background color is set as blue. And I don't need a new line because you were seeing that there were two blue lines in there. So I just don't want any new line over there. So no new line. And this is the statement that is to be printed. So no top 5 CPU consuming processes. Okay. After that, get process, short object, and CPU hyphen CPU descending. If you just execute this much here, wait a second. If you just execute this much, just here. Okay, we are not onto PowerShell, so it's telling me PowerShell not found. Wait a second. Slash opt slash PowerShell slash pwsh, right? And we execute it here. And this sort lists this one in descending order here, right? So see here, this is sorting the CPU usage in descending order. Now I want to see the first few lines or last few lines. So for that, we have got like head and tail. So it's select object over here. So it's select object, object hyphen first 5. So this gives me only the first 5 lines here, right? So see here, the CPUs. This is the most consuming CPU first 5 process and the least CPU consuming first 5 processes. And I want to see certain objects from here, like I want to see uh, properties or like hyphen property. Hyphen property, hyphen property, and I want to see just like say ID. That means this field here, ID, and I want to see process name, process name here, name, and the CPU. The 3 fields here, just these 3 fields. So I am just isolating the output to these 3 fields here: CPU, ID, and the process name. So if you just execute it, you'll get only these 3 output in there. So if the format is not proper, you can just God's sake, if the format was proper over here. If the format is not proper, you can type in here format table and hyphen auto size. If it is not automatically sized, it will automatically size it, right? That is it. This is how this expression worked. Okay, this expression gave me the full table of top five. And then we stopped for a while. We waited for 5 seconds for this command to execute. So what we are doing over here, I just explained. So we are just getting over here the df command to be found how much of percentage of CPU you are, sorry, percentage of disk space is used in the system. Okay, so now once we execute it, we get this one as the output here. Right, this is from the first line. This is from the second line. We are waiting for 5 seconds, and after 5 seconds, we got that there is 12%. So I hope that everybody has understood how to do a basics of PowerShell. Yes, making many hacking tools are even available with PowerShell code. So even you want to create a persistent connection on a hack system, you have to use a PowerShell. So I hope that Sneha, I hope that Let's Upgrade will run up a different program for PowerShell. We are not exactly covering PowerShell in here. We are covering Linux. I just showed you that how can we use PowerShell in Linux. You cannot use Nitin. You cannot use PowerShell in HP Unix because PowerShell has not got, as of now, PowerShell has not been designed to work on those systems. Ruchi has asked a very nice question. Shell gets started when the user logs on to or start the terminal. So let's say I want BPG to automatically start PowerShell when he logs on, right? So how can we do that? So or can we do that? So let's have a look. So let's say that we have got a user called BPG. So first of all, tail slash etc slash passwd, and here we find yes BPG. So he whenever he logs on, he gets his bash shell. So I want to give him PowerShell. So I'll just edit this file vi slash etc slash what do you say, passwd, and here we go at the end and we edit this line here. And you know what, we can just call up one single script over here. So slash opt slash PowerShell slash pwsh. So hopefully if everything is POWERSHELL, yes. So let's go over here and see if when BPG logs on, what happens. So BPG and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. So see here, by default he gets PowerShell. So we can give somebody PowerShell instead of Bash in the default Unix environment. Right now, let me show you one more thing. Let's say I want to run that script here, get usage.ps1 whenever he logs on. That means whenever he logs on, he should get the system usage, right? So how do we do that? So go to this one, opt PowerShell and pwsh, edit this one, and just set in this one to slash bin slash get usage.ps slash bin slash get usage. .ps1. So that is why Linux is so customizable, and when we put up PowerShell, it becomes so trendy. So get usage.ps1, and now let's log in over here using bpg there. Set and we log in back. So bpg and 1 2 3 4 5 6, and see it's automatically executing and giving me the CPU usage, right? Since that was only the script designed to do, so it exited automatically. So we could have designed even proper one that could give me a shell, give him a shell after executing of the script. Okay, so I hope that this was informative, and thank you so much for being with me, and see you on this advanced sessions of Linux administration. Bye bye. Please rate today's session out of 5.
Guys, please fill your attendance form. It's there in the description and also pinned in the chat. Thank you.